let's look at number 2, and that'll be if you've got very serious vibration in your handlebars. Now, I'd only recommend, or even thinking about this one, unless you just can't bear bad vibration in these bikes. So this was only a one-off one. I don't think you can find this anywhere else on the internet, because I think I'm the only person that's ever done this one. And I did this on a really bad vibrating bike, which did help it a bit. Didn't totally eliminate it, but it knocked it down by at least 50%. So be warned, don't try this one if your bike's only a mild or medium vibrator, because I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're on a bike which you think to yourself, well, whatever I've tried, nothing's helped it, well, this one will definitely reduce it by quite a bit. So I think it's worth your trouble to have a crack at it and think it over, and if you want to try it. But like I said, if you only got a mild or medium vibrating bike, don't even waste your time. So the first thing you do, head to the front of the bike, remove your top 2 bolts that hold the handlebar in place, and your bottom 2, and pull the bars out. Okay guys, the bars are off. Now, first off, before we started this, I got onto an eBay site and picked up a 5-piece metal cutting set, and I think I paid around about $11 for it. And the best thing about it, I could attach that to a 12-volt drill. So in this area here, along this ridge here where the handlebars sat in that groove, my idea was to actually gouge out 3 mils. So I put up the shot of those, or the kit I bought for around about $11, and that's what I used for the main thing, running the drill back and forth with those rotary discs on it in this slot here, and gouged out approximately 3 mil, and then to get it level, which I had to come in from both sides, like over here to the left, and then with the drill to the right, because they're only about running about halfway each side. Then I headed off to Bunnings and bought this half round file. The best thing about this half round file, it sat in this recess here virtually perfectly, and I was able to, well, I actually had the handlebars on this previous bike I worked on up over the top of the bike, up towards the speedo, and I was able to go back and forth and sand into it nice and smooth. And see, it's a perfect fit in there, like so. So that worked out pretty well. So the idea was to chop into it roughly 3 mil. I've only got one still shot I can show you of the exercise I did on the previous bike, and I'll whip it up now for you to take a look at, just to show you what went on. Now, naturally I'm not going to do nothing to this bike, because there's nothing wrong with this one. It rides well and it's got very low vibe in the bar, so there's nothing there. But, you know, I was pretty desperate with the bike I worked on, and I had no choice near the end. And I think if you're in a situation where you had a really bad vibrating bike, well, I think it comes to the stage with handlebar vibration, you'll try anything. And like I said, I don't know of anyone else that's tried it, and it's just a one-off hit for me to have a go at it, and I think it worked reasonably well. And you know, if I had one that was vibrating bad again, would I do it again? Yeah, I definitely would. So anyway, back to this. What I did, like I said, in that clip, you got a photo of there where I ground this out with those cutting discs first, and then used the half round file I bought for Bunnings for around about $12 to try to smooth it off better. I think you could probably do a better job, or a quicker job, if you could get onto some other cutting disc in there to do the whole length a little bit quicker. It took a fair while to do. Now, once I got that out of it and levelled and whipped it roughly, I expected would have been something around about 3 mil. The next step was I set these bars back in position. Okay guys, this is what I did. I had an aluminium tube which I had laying around, so I decided to cut a bit out of it. Went to the handlebar mounting plate, cut a piece of the tube the exact size to fit inside that plate, like so. There it is sitting in there now. Place my bars back in position. Put the bars back on. Push the plate back up. but the only problem is they wouldn't mount up to the top holes. They were coming up to around about somewhere there, and I think they would come up around probably about there. I couldn't get them right on, even regardless, by putting even a screwdriver in and pulling them across. They just still wouldn't pull in place, so I could screw them back down. So what I did then, I headed back over to the hardware shop and bought a just a 1 gauge narrow bolt, and I'll grab you that bolt. So in stainless steel, these are the 2 factory, and then I picked up this one slightly narrower in the thickness of the bolt. That one screwed in the previous bike. Both of those went in quite well, bolted down, still had the same thread, and I was able to screw those handlebars in and mount on the bike pretty well. So now overall, after that, I took the bike out onto a run, and surprisingly the bike went really well. It knocked vibration from really aggressive vibration, which give your hands a fairly thorough workout, down to about, I don't know, half of what I was receiving before. So what was once highly annoying was something that had dropped from highly annoyable to something you could stand, and it wasn't really worrying you as much. So the idea really did work. So it did knock some out compared to any other method I'd tried, and I've tried a lot of methods over the years to try to knock out vibration in handlebars. So I can't refer you to anyone where you can copy it from or anything like that, or get a second reference, because I don't know anyone that's done it. It was just something in desperation I had to go and tried, and I think it worked pretty well. And if you're really desperate, you could try that one yourself for handlebar vibration. So overall on that bike, between handlebar vibration and the foot peg vibration, I really knocked that bike out of the vibration stakes pretty well, considering how bad it was. And it was really a terror, like one of the worst bikes I'd ever rode in an Enfield range. Not the actual outright worst, but it would be the second worst bike I'd ever ridden out of all the bikes I've had in Enfields. So it was more like a desperate move. So that's something for you to think about. If you get really bad handlebar vibration, you could try this trick. I think if you say it's worth the trouble, yeah, I reckon it is. And the double head steady one works all right in the foot pegs too. So I think overall which one you go for, it just depends on how bad the bike is. But I think this idea is worth a go at. Like I said, I can't give you a reference to anyone else that's done it, because I don't know anyone else has done it, and it was only through sheer desperation I actually got down and bumped into the idea, and I thought I'll try this, see what happens, and I actually think it helped quite a lot. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. Hope you got something out of it, and catch up here with you at a later date.